Hustle culture will tell you to push harder, do more, keep going no matter what. But if you're a solo mom, that advice can cost you way more than you think. Hustle culture sounds really powerful on the surface, and we see really brilliant, successful people pushing it. Right? Push through, push harder. Let's go, bro. No excuses. Okay. But this assumes that you have something to fall back on. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe it assumes that you've got a partner, for example. Maybe it assumes that you've got somebody else bringing in income so that if this doesn't work out of the gate, you've got a fail safe or a backup plan. If you're a solo mom like me, you probably don't have any of that. You have to start from scratch and you have to start from a place of planning and structure and building. And the hustle culture just does not accommodate that. It also may assume that you have support in terms of additional family support that you may or may not have. Maybe it assumes you've got more space, more time, more recovery time. Maybe again, it assumes that you've got this big cushion of financial resources where you can just kind of coast and you've got this resource while you try something else just in case it doesn't work. You've always got this nest egg to fall back on. And again, the truth is most solo moms don't have that. I didn't have any of that when I was getting ready to launch my business. So let's talk about what hustle culture actually costs you. It costs you a sense of failure because you actually don't have the framework or the structure to make it work. It costs you your energy. It costs your nervous system an incredible toll. I remember years and years ago, because I have a child with special needs, I have four kids and one with special needs. I was actually diagnosed with adrenal fatigue and coexisting anxiety and panic disorder. What a perfect storm. My nervous system was shot. I was not sleeping at night. I was trying to manage my son's therapies and IEPs, his sleepless nights. I had three other children that were not getting the kind of attention I wanted to give them. And it was costing me everything. And I would try anything that came across the internet. I would try to launch, internet uh, real estate ventures. I would try affiliate marketing. I tried several multi-level marketing businesses that I thought were really going to take off. But again, I did not have an infrastructure that was going to allow for that to really be successful. Okay. But everybody else, go, 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 hustle, 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 right? You're at the conventions and everybody's dancing and it's just magical. It's magical. And you're like walking on sunshine. I mean, then you get home and you've got to deal with what's real. And you got to deal with life. And you have to shoot a video and then you got to go throw in a load of laundry again. And then you got to start lunch. And while lunch is in the what's the thing called? And while lunch is like in the air fryer or you're getting ready to prepare it, you got to come in and answer a couple of emails. It's just okay. Life looks differently and that's okay, my dear. That's okay. That's what makes us very unique. It's what makes us different. It's what makes us capable of doing ridiculously amazing things, okay? Because you're already carrying a lot. But this idea and this mentality of hustle culture, it's hard. It's hard on the nervous system. It's hard on your patients because you're watching everybody else succeed and they're telling their success stories and they're on Instagram and their life looks amazing and magical. And here you are thinking to yourself, what is wrong with me? Why not me? Where's my break? What am I doing wrong? Really, it's that whole cycle of what am I doing wrong? The other thing it costs you is patience with your kids because when when you're sleep deprived and your bandwidth shink, has shrunk, you're frayed. Your nerves are frayed and you are more impatient. I should say you are less patient with your kids. You are less patient with the people that you care about, with friends or other family members. And there's a price to pay for it. There's a price to pay for that kind of unrealistic pressure. You don't need it. It's not right for your life. The other thing is you're constantly running on empty, right? And you're calling it discipline. No, if I work harder, it's just for a season. I'm going to work harder. Okay, there's a season by which we have to really laser beam focus. That is true. If we're going to launch your business successfully and right, it has to be treated like a child. It has to be treated like an entity. You are birthing something forward. You are birthing something that is going to be a part of your life for a very, very long time. And so it's got to be treated that way. You've got to prepare for it. We've got to lay the foundation for it. I remember when I was first expecting my first, I have 4 kids. When I was expecting my first son, I remember getting all prepared, preparing his room and the furniture in the room and the rocking chair and the crib and, even painting the walls a certain color. And I remember reading the book, What to Expect When You're Expecting. Okay. So hear me on this. There is a foundation that must be laid in preparation for you birthing forth this new entity, this business that you're creating. If it's going to last and if it's going to produce for you what you need it to produce for you and your family, we have to lay a foundation. But it has nothing to do with hustle. It has to do with organization and systems. Okay. It has to do with mindsets first. We've got to lose some of the old mindsets that have caught us in feedback loops that are unproductive. And we got to get focused. We need clarity. We need consistency. We need intentionality. That's what we move toward. And that whole like hustle culture, that's being stressed out all the time is not strength. Being stressed out and having an elevated resting heart rate, okay, you don't get any awards for that at the end of the day. It's not strength. That's survival mode. That's cortisol and adrenaline surging through the body, and it's not healthy. Ultimately, it's not healthy. So, by the way, if you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, this is exactly how I feel, you're exactly who I created this for. Okay, let's talk about the cost of hustle culture and the pressure that it puts on, especially single women who are trying to be CEOs, running their own business, trying to launch their own business. Burnout becomes normal. Okay. Resentments start to build when we are being depleted and stripped, and when we don't have joy that is fueling our venture. We start resenting the business, we start resenting life to some degree, and it's possible we could even start resenting our kids. Again, I'm not it's possible. And we certainly can start resenting other people around us that are giving us unsolicited advice or that are doing things that we don't have that same level of support to be able to do the things that they're doing. So it can lead to resentment. Burnout leads to a lot of unproductive things. It can lead to health crises. I found myself in the emergency room with an elevated heart rate. They thought I was in cardiac arrest. And by the way, the ambulance ride there was me, my oldest son sitting with one of the EMTs, and my youngest son literally sitting on me while I was laying flat in the stretcher in the back of the ambulance. He was literally sitting kind of like just on my belly. I mean, so that kind of adrenaline fatigue, that kind of stress will not serve you. It will not serve your children. It will not serve the family that you have been commissioned and called to support and nurture and grow and raise. So we gotta get out of it. We've got to find and create systems that work for us uniquely in who we are as women and who we are as mothers and fathers, sometimes simultaneously to our kids if we don't have that type of support. And when we're in this mode of this is high pressure hustle culture, the other thing that starts to happen, of course, is you question yourself at every angle. Am I even making the right decisions? Am I capable of this? Like, who am I to think I could start my own business? Who am I to think I could run a successful business? Maybe you're already a CEO and you are literally juggling everything all at once. The plates are spinning, and at any moment in time, you are ready for them to fly off the stick and crap. This is emotional and mental strain and stress as well because you are questioning yourself the whole time. Why did I think I could do this? What do I think I'm doing? Why did I think I could handle all of this? When really, again, it's the approach and the systems that are typically broken and a lot of the advice. Solo moms don't need more pressure. You don't need any more pressure. You're caring enough the way it is. What you need is a sustainable structure for your life, for your mindset, for your daily rituals and routines, and for your business workflow. You need a strategic effort toward building something bigger than what you have now if you want to continue to grow. That has to be in a systematic blueprint for you that you can literally follow every day over the course of a series of weeks, over the course of months. You need systems and mindsets that reduce the pressure and a space to lead and think because things grow based on your ability to create. And if creative resources are being completely depleted because there's no margin anywhere, where's it going to come from? You remember, you don't build something powerful by constantly running yourself into the ground. If there's no you, nothing else functions properly. And so it's for this reason I don't teach hustle culture. We give shout outs. I'd prefer a hug to a high five. That's just me. I'm a hugger. We're going to give a lot of affirmation and support and masterminding and brainstorming and getting things organized in systems that actually work. Every individual family and every situation is different. So it requires a very specific plan and blueprint. I teach structure. I teach clarity. I teach mindset. I teach alignment. Right? Three of my favorite words are consistency, clarity, and intentionality. And I've incorporated those three things in my life and my business, and I help other women do the same. I like to teach how to build with your life, not against it. So if you're a solo mom building a business, or you want to build a business, or maybe you're already the CEO of a business, but you want to do something bigger, you're tired of feeling like the only way to succeed is to and push yourself past your own limits. This is exactly why I created Solo Boss Mom. It's where we build real businesses in a way that actually supports your life. Come join me inside. And by the way, tell me in the comments, have you ever felt like you were doing everything right and still completely exhausted? Like you're following the blueprints, but the blueprint, you're the only one the blueprint doesn't work for? Me, I'd love to hear your experience in the comments below. Love you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video.